That's not mad.
الله وزع العقل عمرك.
You just watched it once.
Sorry, let me do this. It's your wedding day. Might be. Let's find out once this is done.
Yeah, why is it always such a shock to people, man?
Lovely to meet you, Sammy.
Oh yeah, حبيبي. Thank you. No one says. ليش الموظف تبعك عشان؟
كيفك ان شاء الله منيح؟
أنا مبروك. أنت أنا مبروك إن شاء الله يبارك فيك يا عمري لا بلا. كيفك خالو؟
Very good.
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, so yeah, it was good. Yeah.
What do eggs do for fun?
I'm not sure what they do.
Karaoke.
Just look unbelievable. You look beautiful. Wow, you are just stunning. Would you love this?
There goes Tom, oh my god.
Dear guests, I believe we are ready. Please get standing for the entrance of our bridal party. Stand just here for me, just literally there as we.
Supposed to be better.
Councillor George, turn around and just face me.
Hi. Don't breathe. You're here. I'm just going to say a few words.
Dear guests, if you'd like to take your seats. Love is a force more formidable than any other. It is invisible. It cannot be seen or measured. Yet it is powerful enough to transform you in a moment and offer you more joy than any material possession ever could. There is nothing you can do, achieve or buy that will outshine the peace, joy and happiness of being in communion with the partner you love. Good afternoon. On behalf of Stephen and Ottilie and the Royal Borough of Windsor and Maidenhead Registration Service, it's my very great pleasure to welcome you here today to the Monkey Island Estate. My name is Kirsty Clark and I am the Deputy Superintendent Registrar and will be conducting our ceremony today. My colleague Julie Tribbing is the Registrar and she is responsible for the official marriage entry and the legalities of the ceremony. And Kieran Mitchell will be conducting the second part of our ceremony today. I'd now like to start the ceremony by asking, who presents Ottilie to be married to Stephen?
I do.
Lovely. Would you like to give your daughter a kiss?
That's how it's sweet.
Give your daughter
Sorry.
a kiss.
Oh, sorry. I miss her level.
And do you want to shake hands?
Okay.
Do you shake hands?
Stay.
Lovely. And you can take your seat.
I can take my seat.
You can take your seats. And we'll just leave the two of you. And who's taking flowers? We've put on your table. Yeah.
Wow, P.
Just take a little step this further just so you're just on the right knees. You can go back a little bit. Go back a bit. Perfect. Hold hands. You can face me. Face me. Just hold hands for a minute. Or however you want to.
So I'm now going to ask you both to state your full names in the presence of your family and your friends. So the groom first, your full name.
Stephen Suleiman.
Thank you. And our bride.
Ottilie Raymond. Ottilie Anne Raymond.
This place in which you are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. You are here today to witness the joining in matrimony of Stephen and Ottilie. If any person here present knows of any lawful reason why this marriage should not be entered into, they should declare it now. The choice of guests. Everybody's nice and quiet. Shh. Very well back. So, dear guests, we are gathered here today to celebrate the marriage of Stephen and Ottilie we have the privilege to witness what is at heart a private moment between them as they dedicate and commit themselves to each other. The vows that our couple make today will join their lives together with all their hopes and aspirations for the future. This marriage ceremony is the confirmation of the love, the respect, and the true friendship that they have had for each other over the last 4.5 years. And together they will grow even stronger to meet whatever their future holds. Stephen and Ottilie. Today you joined us as individuals, but you will leave here as husband and wife, blending your lives and joining your families even closer together. The story of your future life together is still yours to write, and all your guests have come to witness and celebrate your love and commitment today, eager to be part of the story that's not yet been told. Stephen and Ottilie, before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of two people voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. I'm now going to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be joined in matrimony to each other. And you'll go first. Just repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
that of any lawful impediment
Why I, Stephen Solomon,
why I, Stephen Solomon,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Ottilie Ann Raymond.
in matrimony to Ottilie Ann Raymond.
I do solemnly declare. I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Ottilie Ann Raymond,
Why I, Ottilie Ann Raymond,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony to Stephen Solomon.
in matrimony to Stephen Solomon.
The vows that Stephen and Ottilie make to each other today are twofold in nature. The first has ensured that there is no legal impediment to the marriage, and in the second they will solemnly promise to take each other as partners for life. The words, though few and simple, will join you together in marriage and may be some of the most precious and meaningful words that you will exchange. So, dear guests, the moment has now come for our couple to say their marriage vows and say these words to each other and just repeat them today. You'll be best. I call upon these persons here present to witness that I, Stephen Solomon, do take thee, Ottilie Ann Raymond, to be my lawful wedded wife. I call upon
I call upon sorry.
these persons here present
These persons here present
to witness that I, Ottilie Ann Raymond,
to witness that I, Ottilie Ann Raymond,
do take thee, Stephen Solomon,
do take thee, Stephen Solomon,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
Stephen and Ottilie, in the future, when you look back on this day, as you undoubtedly will, please remember the promises that you make to each other before your family and your friends. These vows of marriage will bind you together both as friends and as soulmates. May each of you draw strength from the constant and enduring love of the other, and in turn may you provide a solid foundation of love, tolerance and respect for each other to lean upon. May each of you be there for the other when you most need a friend to turn to, and that although you both continue to grow and change, never lose sight of the strength of feeling that you so very clearly have today. We all know that the feelings of love and commitment which you've expressed here today by the exchange of your vows will deepen and grow throughout the coming years. You have now made the declarations required by law, so you are legally husband and wife, and we will now have the signing of the marriage schedule.
Thank you.
Thank you. And please do now enjoy the beautiful music from our harpist. Okay.
So first of all, you, Stephen, if you'd like to see this the box here, you pick a normal signature in there, please, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's lovely, thank you. And again, just here, look.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. My name is Kieran, for those who don't know me, of the Mitchell clan. Stephen and Ottilie asked me to perform their traditional wedding ceremony today, a request I was truly honoured to accept. I was especially touched when they told me they wanted the traditional vows that were spoken in my own marriage. The Roman statesman Cicero once said, "Those who are ignorant of history will live always as a child. For what is the value of human life unless it is woven into the lives of our ancestors?" The words Stephen and Tilly are about to speak, and the odes they are about to make, were first published in the English Book of Common Prayer in 1549, and have been spoken continuously by generations of English men and women for nearly 500 years. In speaking them today, Stephen and Tilly join a long, unbroken tradition, and it is through such tradition that we weave our lives into the lives of our ancestors and those who came before us, and into the lives of those who will come after. Dear friends and family, we are gathered here today to witness and to celebrate the marriage of Stephen and Tilly, a day when they will pledge to love, support, and cherish one another for all the days to come. Marriage is a promise to share dreams, to face challenges side by side, and to grow together in love and understanding. It is both a gift and a choice. And it is with joy that we now begin. Stephen, wilt thou have this woman to thy wedded wife, to live together after God's holy ordinance in the state of holy matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honour and keep her, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Ottilie, wilt thou love this man to thy wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the holy state of matrimony? Wilt thou love him, comfort him, honour and keep him, in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto him, so long as ye both shall live?
I will.
Stephen and Ottilie, please join hands as you are. And Stephen, please repeat after me. I, Stephen, take thee, Ottilie, to my wedded wife.
I, Stephen, take thee, Ottilie, to my wedded wife.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish till death us do part.
To love and to cherish till death do us part.
According to God's holy ordinance.
According to God's holy ordinance.
And thereto I pledge thee my troth.
And thereto I pledge thee my troth.
Ottilie, repeat after me. I, Ottilie, take thee, Stephen, to my wedded husband.
I, Ottilie, take thee, Stephen, to my wedded husband.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
For better, for worse, for richer, for poorer.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
To love and to cherish till death us do part.
To love and to cherish till death us do part.
According to God's holy ordinance.
According to God's holy ordinance.
And thereto I pledge thee my troth.
And thereto I pledge thee my troth.
May I now invite the ring bearer to come forward. Thank you. These rings are the symbol of the promise Steve and Ottilie will make to each other today. Their continuity is a symbol of eternity. Stephen, please take this ring and place it on Ottilie's finger and repeat after me. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
With my body I thee worship.
With my body I thee worship.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
Amen.
Amen.
Ottilie, please take this ring and place it on Stephen's finger, repeating after me. Thank you. With this ring I thee wed.
With this ring I thee wed.
With my body I thee worship.
With my body I thee worship.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
And with all my worldly goods I thee endow.
Amen.
Amen.
I now pronounce that they be man and wife together. Those whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. Congratulations.
Where's the kids?
May your life together be filled with love and laughter. May you face each challenge hand in hand and side by side. May the years ahead be filled with warmth, adventure, and joy. And may you always find in each other the love that makes every day brighter. Go now in peace and live in happiness. If everyone would please now stand and join me in celebrating the new Mr. and Mrs. Sullivan. Alright, now you walk down there.
Alright. Hey Sammy, pattern it.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, family.
Yeah.
That's the most beautiful dress I've ever seen.
Thank you, my lady.
The honey.
Oh, congrats.
I don't want to ruin your makeup.
You
guys look so cute.
السوريين هذول كل السوريين هالكير الله ده ما هو
She is gorgeous. We love her dearly.
very beautiful.
I say Tilly. But she's gorgeous. Both of them are absolutely amazing.
She is. You know, we had to wait 11 years for her.
Oh, really? What a blessing.
No, before May and myself got married, we thought we'd have three. We thought we'd have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl.
Right.
But the 2 boys came early.
Thank you very much for this moment or for this day. That's a beautiful day, and I'm proud of you and proud of your friend and family. Thank you for everybody who's come here to join us. I love you all. God bless you.
Very proud father of the bride, Mr. David Raymond.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you so much. Get my little speech ready. Hi everyone, I'm David. I'm Ottillie's dad, and I've just eaten octopus. So bear with me. I'm resisting the temptation to repeat my speech 8 times. It's my great pleasure to welcome you to this celebration, to the wedding of Stephen and Ottilie. This is a day that will live in all our memories down through the years, but especially for Stephen and Ottilie on this their wedding day. Love is in the air and it's catching, and I just say love to everybody because I've met some of you, but it's just such an exciting time just to be with you. And this is a day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you, Lord. So I would like to share with you little snapshots of Ottilie as she was growing up in our family. Even before Ottilie could read, she loved books and was pretending to read out loud whilst turning the pages. Okay, she's keen, I thought. Then I listened to the story she was making up, and it was more interesting than the one in the book. At primary school, not surprisingly, Ottilie continued her love of books, writing and poetry. Her teachers were suitably impressed by one of her poems, and it was printed in the local paper. Ottilie's room was always full of books, and still is, and when you're ready, you can move some of them out. Okay. Ottilie progressed to secondary school, and one of her homework projects was to make a musical instrument. She decided on maracas. So we went to the garage, I got out the tools and the workbench, and we looked at the design together, but Ottilie made and painted the maracas. I was impressed by her dexterity in handling tools. That skill was established very early on. And her teachers were so impressed, they actually put the finished article in a glass cabinet right at the entrance to the school. Okay. Whoa. Okay, fast forward a few years, and Ottilie asked me if she could accompany me for 1 month to work experience during the summer break. At that time, I was working in the new Broomfield Hospital in Chelmsford as a locum audiologist. I cleared this with the head of audiology, and after introducing Ottilie to my work colleagues, her work schedule was established. It didn't take long for complimentary comments to come back to me about Ottilie's abilities, her personality, and her looks. Of course. The brand new dental unit was right opposite the audiology unit, and the head of dentistry had heard about Ottilie on work experience and approached the head of audiology to see if she could be transferred to work in the dental department, which was very busy. The request was, I knew nothing about this, it's all done behind my back. So anyway, the request was agreed, and that day Ottilie crossed over into her destiny to be a dentist. Looking back, that really was a crossing the Rubicon moment. There was no way back. On the way home that evening, Ottilie told me that she loved the experience that day so much that she wanted to be a dentist. Ottilie is very determined, and her total commitment to dentistry never changed from that day on. When I first met Stephen, I liked him immediately. I mean, you have to like him immediately. He's just amazing. And you can't miss him. Yeah, you can't miss him. He's 6'4", handsome, a fellow dentist. And as I got to know him better, he was easy to talk to, and we could talk for hours on a variety of subjects. I always looked forward to our next meeting. And another little comment, you're never too old to learn something new. And every time I met him, I learned something new. So thank you for that, Stephen. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. I would also like to extend a special welcome to Rami and Garda for raising such a wonderful son, and for friendships that are developing between our two families. So love and respect to you, Rami, and to you, Garda. Love you. I'm sure when Stephen first saw Ottilie, the wow factor kicked in, which takes me back to the first time I saw May, my wife-to-be, 47 years ago. She was so beautiful, she really took my breath away that day. And down through these 45 years of marriage, so many, many times over these years, she still takes my breath away even today. Thank you, darling. To such an extent, I'm amazed I never caught asthma. Okay. There we go. Oh. Anyway, advice on marriage. It's all there in your marriage vows, to love, honour and respect each other. These principles should be maintained throughout your marriage. You have made your vows to each other. You have made your vows before God. You have made these vows in law, and made these vows before your family and friends, who are your witnesses. These foundations have now been laid for a safe environment for yourselves and for any future children. And may God continue to bless you both with joy, happiness and prosperity. The good news is my speech is almost finished. Some may say, oh, thank God for that. But the corollary of that statement is you see how easy it is to thank God. So I'm going to ask you now to please stand and drink a toast with me to the health and happiness of the bride and bridegroom, to Ottilie and Stephen. Thank you.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that's rather polite applause. Let's have a proper round of applause. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now, ladies and gentlemen, bride and bridegroom, parents of the bride and bridegroom, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the first of our two maids of honour, Miss Chanel Parkinson.
What a speech to follow. Thank you so much, David. Those words were so lovely. I'm going to try and say this without crying. My Auntie Bun told me that whenever she's on the verge of tears, she says the word chicken, so she laughs instead. So if I interrupt myself, you know why. As there are quite a few scientists in the house this evening, I thought I'd share a hypothesis of mine. For the record, I only did double science for GCSE. The definition of this phenomenon is a feeling of certainty in the face of the unknown, otherwise called the Ottilie effect. You may ask how the Ottilie effect is different from faith. Whilst they are the same, the distinction comes from the wonderful person that Ottilie is, and the certainty that your relationship with her will last the test of time. Ottilie and I met on the very first day of Freshers' Week almost 13 years ago. Chicken! Chicken! Oh my God! Chicken! After all the parents had left and the students were hanging around in the quads of the Founders Building at Royal Holloway, Ottilie and I got chatting. We decided to meet up later that evening and go to Medicine, the bar on campus. When I walked down the stairs to meet her, I saw she was wearing the exact same outfit. A red woolen jumper, light blue jeans, and a white pair of Converses. We even had the same hairstyle. Had this been anyone else, I'd have been horrified. I would have run back up the stairs and changed. But in that moment, we laughed. And I knew I'd found my twin. Chicken! I knew I'd found my twin.
You're doing great.
Sorry, terrible. What a mess. Oh my God. Jesus. Oh, I knew I'd found my twin. Having only known each other for a few hours. So, when Ottilie told me that she and Stephen were engaged, I knew that Stephen could attest to that same feeling. Ottilie and Stephen, I'm over the moon to be here today to celebrate your wedding and wish you a lifetime of happiness. Right. Ottilie and Stephen. Oh, I've got tissue in my bag. God, why are you making me do speeches though? What? You can have this back.
Okay.
I'm done.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Chanel Parkinson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our third speech. Bride and bridegroom, parents of the bride and bridegroom, Miss Chanel Parkinson, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the second of our two maids of honour, Miss Kiri Paul.
Hello everybody, I'm Kiri. Not chicken just yet, baby. Keeping the hormones stable. So I'm Kiri, and I first met Ottilie at dental school, and I also had the pleasure of meeting Steve at dental school. And I have something to confess. that when I was talking to Tilly and Steve, and they said, you might do a speech, you might do one, but we never confirmed it. But then this guy, this very authoritative guy in red, came up to me outside and he said, look, I got a speech slot for you and you're doing it. So here I am. So I thought I'd just share a personal memory between me and Tilly when Steve first entered into our lives. So we used to talk on loudspeaker whilst doing our dental kind of studies or whatever it is that we were doing, or watching TV or watching a series. And one day I had Tilly on loudspeaker and I was doing my notes in the background, and she said to me, oh, I've got a text. And I was like, okay, who's this text from? And usually, Tilly never says this to me, and she says, I've got a text from this handsome guy. But I think actually we use the word painting, but it means handsome guy. So I thought, okay, we've never heard this before. Seriously, I don't think you've heard this story, Steve. I've not told it to you. So, and then we had this little giggle between us, and I said, oh, is this going to be your future husband? And Tilly was kind of like, maybe. And I thought, and here we are today. So my main point of that is that from day one, I think Tilly knew that Steve was special, and Steve knew that Tilly was special as well. And she's always just had a light for him. They've had a light for each other, and they've been a wonderful influence in my life. I love them both, and I'm so happy to be here. Chicken!
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's... Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's punctuated our wedding breakfast beautifully. We're now going on to the main course. Now, without further ado, parents of the bride and bridegroom, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for the happiest man in the room, your bridegroom, Mr. Stephen Suleiman.
Ladies and gentlemen, as of today, I am officially on the new management. I'd just like to say a few words before I have to spend the next 35 years listening. It is said that some moments in life are made more special when you are surrounded by all those you deeply value. And it's truly humbling to see how many of you have made the journey to be here today to celebrate what is perhaps the best day of our lives. So on behalf of my wife and our families, we'd like to thank you all for being here today. In addition, there are a few notable mentions that I'd like to make. Firstly, it's to my in-laws. Everything that I love about your daughter is stored in your deep-rooted values of love, respect and care, not just to each other, but to those around you. Right from the start, you've made me feel very comfortable as part of your family, whether that was from giving me advice, offering guidance, or even offering me a seat at the dinner table. You've made it very easy not just to love Ottilie, but to love everything that comes with being part of her world. So thank you. Next, I'd like to thank my parents. Growing up as a child, you get the feeling that your parents are almost like superheroes in the ways that they can make the impossible possible. They are your protectors, your providers, your caregivers, and it's only as you grow up that you come to the very humbling realization that they're in fact just two adults trying their best to give everything they have with whatever they have, and I couldn't have asked for more. You've both always given me far more than I ever deserved, so thank you. Today is also for you. Next, I'd like to thank my beautiful sisters. Growing up with you two was perhaps the best preparation I could have had for married life. So much of whatever emotional intelligence I have today, I owe to you both. And you've probably going to find this funny and ironic, but you've taught me what's perhaps one of the most important lessons of relationship life, and that's the fact that more often than not, listening can be more important than talking. So that's going to come in handy in the years to come. Thank you. Before I go any further, I'd like to make the first toast to those that cannot be with us here today. And in particular, I'd like to raise a glass to my cousin, but brother by bond, Joseph, who alongside my father was the most influential male figure in my life. We miss you, and today's for you. Finally, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife and the mastermind behind this incredible event. Now, I'll admit, whilst I was technically involved, I pretty much just handed over the reins to Tilly, and honestly, thank God that I did. Your attention to detail has been nothing short of incredible. Everything from the big decisions like choosing the perfect venue, setting the tone of the colour and the themes and the flowers, right down to the smallest details like personalising these dinner cards and choosing the appropriate font. Every part of today has your heart and creativity in it, and it couldn't be more perfect. It was about 10 years ago that I first remember seeing Tilly. I was a student at a time at an event, and I just remember looking across the courtyard and watching her walk past in the green dress. I didn't know her name, so to me, she was just the girl in the green dress, but I really wanted to find out who she was. So I did as any brave man would do. I was with my good friend Aidan over there, and I asked him to find out who she is for me. He came back with all the appropriate information, but I just lacked the courage to do anything about it. I recall thinking it would take the end of the world for me to make the first move, and so fortunately for me, that calling came again 4 years later during the global pandemic. She'd uploaded a photo to social media, and I thought, that's it, I've got my opening. Go for it. So what did I do? Well, I did as any brave man would do a second time. I messaged my good friend Aidan again. And he helped me draft a message that I would end up forwarding to Tilly. To my surprise, she responded. So that's on your side. Little did I know that brief moment there would be the start of the rest of my life. And shout out to you, Aidan, for the... As the days went on by, we began to message back and forth, and slowly but surely, conversation turned into connection, connection into love, and love into me standing here today, somehow lucky enough to call you my wife. I'm often asked if there was a defining moment or a moment that I knew that this is the woman I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And whilst there have been a few of those moments in the last couple of years, the memory I cherish most was actually quite early on. By this point, we spent a lot of time talking on the phone, we'd met up a few times, and I recall complaining to her about the fact that I'd gotten this job that I was really excited about, I was locked in for the next 12 months, but it would involve a 3-hour daily commute. It just meant my mornings were something I was really, really dreading. On the very first day, about 6:30, 6:45, I get a phone call. I checked and it was from Tilly. I was surprised because it was her day off, but she called me to keep me company on the commute to work. I would then get another phone call at 5:30, same thing, kept me company all the way until I got home. This went on for the better part of the year. I would have the most average day or carry out the most basic treatments, but she'd make me feel like I had just conquered Jerusalem. Yes, boys. She turned my mornings from something that I dreaded to something that I looked forward to. And it wasn't just about the phone calls, but it was about the care behind them. The quiet and unwavering way she would show up for me day after day to make sure I wasn't facing the day alone. And in those calls, you actually did something really profound. You made me feel far stronger than I was, greater than I could be. You lifted me up when I doubted myself, stood by me when I struggled, and even celebrated me when I didn't feel worth celebrating. It was quite strange to have someone other than your family show that level of unwavering care or support, but for me, that was the year that I decided that marriage was only going to be a matter of when. As we've talked about before, I'm not sure that I believe in fate or destiny as a series of random events that could lead to predetermined outcomes, but what I do believe is that we have the ability to make choices, and it's the choices that we make that ultimately shapes the reality around us. And in every version of reality, across 1,000 worlds and 1,000 lifetimes, I would always find you, and I would always choose you. I didn't just fall in love with you. I walked into it carefully choosing every step of the way with my eyes wide open. I'm often asked what my greatest achievements are, and it's very difficult to narrow it down to one or two moments, but I can say today quite confidently that marrying you is the greatest achievement I will ever do. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, a toast to my beautiful wife.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was an absolutely first-class speech. Let's hear it for our bridegroom, Mr. Stephen Suleiman. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please continue to enjoy your desserts, but now we have another speech. Bride and bridegroom, parents of the bride and bridegroom, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, pray silence for one of the two best men, Mr. Louay Mohammed.
Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to take the reins on what will now be a comprehensive celebration of this gentleman, Mr. Stephen Suleiman. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Louay, and I am one of Stephen's two best men. There are two of us because Stephen is quite high maintenance and requires a fair bit of attention. And for those of you who knew him during his long hair and beard days, you will be well aware that it was most certainly a two-man job to scrub him up like this. So thank you, Kieran, for your help and support in this transformation. I'd also like to say thank you to the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, and the parents of the bride and groom for bringing us all together today. But really, when I think about Stephen, I think of words like courage, bravery, steadfastness in the face of adversity, because these are all traits that Tilly is demonstrating by marrying him today. And I can say that because I've known Stephen for a very long time. We first met 11 years ago at a party, which in full disclosure, I was there to try and meet some girls, maybe a potential future wife. And in what will go down as perhaps the most spectacular mission failure in all of history, I somehow managed to go home with Stephen instead. But the way that happened is actually it's quite a testament to what a great guy Stephen is. I thought it would be good to have a wingman, somebody who could help me talk to the people at this party. And they say your wingman should be charming and charismatic. And when I met Stephen, I realized, oh, wow, I don't need either of those things. But this is the guy who's going to make me look really good by comparison. So we became friends, and we've been friends ever since. And our sort of friendship grew over the years. We bonded over our shared dual British-Syrian identities. We discussed geopolitics, philosophy, science, business. And it's incredible to see after all these years, Stephen still knows nothing about any of those topics. It's quite incredible. But our relationship really, our friendship really developed over COVID, when I was deployed as a COVID medic, so Stephen formed a household bubble with me. So he could come over and we would watch Family Guy, get takeaway, and we set up a mini gym in my flat so we could do some exercise. And this is when I diagnosed Stephen's congenital noodle arms, which means that despite his very tall stature, he struggles to lift heavy objects. So I did the weights, and Stephen went to the corner doing yoga and pelvic floor exercises instead. It was very much our sort of way we did things. But despite Stephen's shortcomings in the weights room, this was actually the period that I appreciated how I had a lifelong friend by my side. Looking back on what was actually quite a stressful period, I can honestly say that the highlight of my day and the thing I look forward to most were those hilarious gym sessions. So thank you for those great memories. And then came the day that Stephen told me about Tilly. Before I go into details, I just want to highlight that Tilly, you look absolutely stunning this afternoon, as I'm sure everyone here can appreciate. And I want to say thank you for taking this man off all of our hands. But I do actually remember the exact day that Stephen told me about you. So we were on a train platform going to the Lake District, and he was talking to me about this girl from his dental school who was speaking to him. And I just remember thinking, wow, this must be really important, because in full honesty, I didn't think any girl from his dental school was going to be speaking to him. So I was just really impressed and glad to be proven wrong, and I'm glad Aidan was able to help with all of that. So despite all of that, it didn't take very long to realise that today was going to be inevitable. And I won't be able to do justice to the beautiful words that Stephen just said in his speech. But what I can say is that Stephen has repeatedly told me that having you in his life has made him the best version of himself that he could ever be. So thank you for helping to turn the guy that I met, who was just about to start dental school, into the brilliant, kind, and very successful gentleman we have sat with us today. So, right, so that effectively concludes my whistle-stop tour of 11 years of knowing Stephen. He is both the least punctual human being I've ever met, whilst simultaneously being the one person that I could count on to call at 3 o'clock in the morning and know he'd be there in a heartbeat. So for that, I am also very grateful, and I hope that I can return the favour by being there for you both as you start this new chapter in your lives. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to raise a toast to the bride and groom. To Stephen. It has been one of the great privileges of my life to call you my best friend. To Tilly, thank you for making all of our lives better and brighter. And to you both, I wish you a lifetime of happiness and joyful memories. To Tilly and Stephen.
Yeah, Tilly and Stephen.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to say that we have one more speech here this evening. And so, bride and bridegroom, parents of the bride and bridegroom, Mr. Luay Mohammed, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, now pray silence for the second best man, Mr. Kieran Mitchell.
Good evening, everyone. I hadn't actually planned to make a speech. I felt like I'd been involved in the ceremonies enough as it was, but somebody pointed out that I'll never have this opportunity again. So I might as well say a few words in relation to Stephen. I had scribbled a few things beforehand anyway. So Stephen made a comment to me the other day while we were catching up, where he pointed out that we've actually known each other for more years now than we haven't known each other. In other words, over half our lives have been, spent in each other's company. My first reaction was that he'd gotten the numbers wrong, because, how can that be? We're both still in our early 20s. And then I realized, no, actually, we're both in our early 30s. And I realized just how bad it had become. It's remarkable to think about, actually. Because he's right, we met almost 15 years ago, and it's remarkable when I consider the fact that it genuinely still feels like it was yesterday when we first met. It was the first week when we were both at Warwick University, maybe a couple of days in. It was late at night, I got a knock on my door, and I was a little bit concerned because I thought maybe the campus security had finally found my stash of unreturned library books. But instead it was Stephen Suleiman, and he let me know that my keys were still in the door outside, on the hallway side, and he was asking me if perhaps I would like to not have things that way. I obviously thanked him, and we got to chatting, and it turned out that he lives in the dorm just across the hall from me, and that we were studying the same degree, and at one point I asked where his family were from. And it was he made me guess, by the way, and it was a very long time, needless to say, before I guessed Syria. But anyway, 4 hours later, we were very deep into a heated and very genuinely thrilling discussion about the civil unrest there, and we were, talking about wider geopolitical issues and everything else. Historical events. To any women listening, these topics are like a siren song to men. So I would encourage you to think about it. That first meeting for certain set the template in many ways for the next decade and a half of our relationship. I'm still extremely clumsy and ditzy, and that debate is still ongoing. We've continued it on and off ever since. We see eye to eye on more issues than we disagree on, but the things that we do disagree on are made all the more interesting precisely because you want to understand why someone you respect so much has a different opinion from you. Outsiders have sometimes said, you guys are friends. Why are you arguing so passionately about these things if you're friends? You seem like enemies. Outsiders will sometimes say, mostly girls, it must be said. And it is hard to explain. We debate ideas, not people. And Stephen always plays the man and not the ball. The ball and not the man, I should say. Which is a rare trait. There are many rare traits about Stephen, but that's certainly one of them. He can consider someone else's perspective without taking it on, but still appreciating it fully. And over the years, we've discussed everything, from Arsene Wenger to Pearl Harbor, and I might have persuaded him on a few points. He's certainly persuaded me on a lot. We've shaped each other ever since that first night we met, as we left our teenage years behind and embarked on adulthood together. And now, as we, embark on middle age together. And his rhetorical skills have definitely improved, so clearly I've taught him very well. When he was my best man, he told some of these same stories that I'm telling you now, but I figured that this is a different enough crowd that I can get away with them. On my stag, after all, he made me wear a Tottenham kit, and for those not from an Arsenal family, that is borderline abuse. But I felt like I got my back. I got my own back when I made him wear a "Make America Great Again" hat in Mexico. We also, whilst we were at university, those were the prime years of our sort of relationship, our football rivalry as well. Many a pleasant evening was spent shouting abuse in each other's faces when one or other of our teams beat the other in the Premier League. They were very good times. We also had our more academic discussions. There was many an evening at Warwick in the library, discussing with the earnestness of philosophers what horrendous things we would allow our professors to do to us. If only they would give us a 2-1 immediately. And the even more obscene things we would let them do to us for a first. I can't repeat them here because I would certainly be struck off by the medical registry. But needless to say, slavery was involved. The slavery of our children and our children's children. After finals, when I was on holiday and the results came out, Stephen had the honor of telling me that I'd actually had gotten a first. That was back when they posted them all on these billboards in the campus, so he actually went in and told me the results. That was all made all the more sweeter when I found out Steve also had a first, and made sweeter still when we found out our other housemate had gotten a 2-1. Don't feel too bad. He tried to snake us while we were vibing, so don't worry about it. Then there was Leeds. Stephen had just found out that he'd been rejected from dentistry, and he told me he was not going to apply again, that he was done. I have never heard him to this day sound more dejected and defeated. And so I strong-armed him and persuaded him to come up to Leeds to hang out with me so I could, get him back up to his old self. I happened to know someone who had a flat in Leeds, so we went to stay with them. We stayed in their flat. They were away. We hung out in Leeds, though, and we decided to go on a night out. Little did we know that the flat happened to be in the center of the gay district of Leeds. Our suspicions were first aroused as we were walking down the street and we saw someone with a latex jeans with the butt cut out, and some other people just shortly after who were quite clearly transgender. But we decided to make the most of it, as we did. We had a really good night, actually. I'm not afraid to say it was one of the best nights of my life. And We got to experience what it's like to have a stranger offer to buy us drinks, which was a fantastic experience. But we were able to catch up properly, and we got to the bottom of it. And as you all know, shortly afterwards, he found out that he'd been bumped up the shortlist, and he was going to become a dentist after all. And it was a fantastic experience, but it kind of put everything into perspective for me. And it was good to be there for a friend who's always been there for you so many times before. Of course, I would take the mick mercilessly about how he was never going to be a real doctor, being a dentist. However, I shot myself in the foot when I chose to specialize in psychiatry. So, we'll both neither be real doctors at the end of the day. When he told me that he was going to go into dentistry, I cheered so loudly. I was at Hull at the time. I think I startled some of the nearby seagulls. I was more happy for him than I was for myself. But Stephen is a good man. And if he's half a good as husband as he is a friend, you're a very lucky woman, Tilly. So, with all that being said, I congratulate you both. And I would like to invite all of you to please stand and join me in a toast. To the happy couple.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please be seated.
all the times we lay looking up out at the stars. Nervous of the way you make me feel. You're setting fire to my heart. Before you, oh, what was that? I don't recognize, now I'm looking back. How I adore you, it can't be matched.
Your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. Slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide.
congratulations, Ottilie. Congratulations, Steve. You make a great couple. You make a great couple, and I wish you all the best. Love you both.
Just want to say how proud I am of Ottilie and Stephen, and this place is amazing, the venue is amazing, the food is great, everything was just perfect. And yeah, I'm just so glad to be here and glad to be our mother.
Tilly and Stephen, sorry, I'm having so much fun that I'm losing my voice. I just want to wish you guys a beautiful marriage and life ahead together. I love you both so much and I'm so happy for you, and thank you for making me part of today. It's been such a special day and I'll cherish these memories forever. Love you both.
No.
Yo, baby girl. Yo, Steve! Come on with it! Steven! Would you rather? Okay, wait,
Let's talk about marathon. What would you rather do? Go for a run, hike?
Nah. Was it Mystic Man? We need Mystic Man. Okay, fine. So basically, the message for Steve is, yo, Steve. Where you at, bro? Congratulations, bro. Listen, yeah, Elif Mabruk, Habibi. But would you rather? What is this, a parrot game, bro? What the fuck is this? It's just 1, 2, 3, bro.
So what do we do, bro? We just fill it.
Okay. Basically, hey, listen, we love you.
Dear Stephen and Tilly, I hope you have a really nice time on your wedding, and I hope you live really good with each other. So I hope you live the best life with each other, and
A lifetime.
and a good lifetime
The happiness.
of happiness and love.
And give us some cousins.
And give
Bring us some cousins. More nieces and nephews. I'm so glad I've gained a sister and another best friend, and that I'll hold with me for the rest of my life. Stephen, you'll always be who you are to me. I love you so much. I couldn't have asked for a better sister-in-law at all, and I've never met two people that complement each other as much as you two have. And honestly, I'm so proud of who you both have become. And love you guys. Love you guys so much. We're so proud.
It's the happiest day of my life. I couldn't be more proud mother. You always made me proud, and you brought another daughter to the family. I can't wait to see your children. I wish you all the best, and I'm here whenever you need me. You and Tilly, we love you so much.
Love you, love you so much. Eternity and ever and ever and ever. And every single lifetime. The way you chose Tilly is the way we'll choose you both in every single universe. We love you.
And the way.
In the words of Tilly, innit? In the words of Tilly, in the laughter of Tilly.
And the way Tilly chose Stephen.
You are one of mine, Tilly. Always.
And you're always my
Oh my god, we're that the most annoying people. Alright. Who are your favourite people?
We love you so much.
Love you, Steve.
Thank you.